So welcome to that'sfarming.com. Today we're on the farm of Gerard Burke from County Mayo, a dry stock farmer.
How's it going, Shane?
Hey Gerard.
How are you keeping?
So Gerard, what type of farming do you do?
Here, this particular farm, it's a dry stock farm. So what we do is we bring in calves. We buy calves in at 3 weeks of age.
Okay.
We buy both bull calves and heifer calves. The calves are reared from 3 weeks of age, say until 2-year-old.
Okay.
The heifers mainly will be bulled at 15. They'll be inseminated at 15 months of age. They're sold then at 23 months of age, a month prior to calving. We sell them off here. We also lamb ewes. We lamb 100 ewes here. At present they're lambing at present, so they are. We're 70% of the way, so the sleepless nights are nearly over.
Very good.
Yeah, thank God everything went well. We hit 1.7 with the lambs this year out the ewes, so thank God everything is going well. So basically it's calves and sheep.
Very good. And where do you buy your calves in, Gerard?
Calves are bought in the south of Ireland, mainly in two particular marts, Castle Island Mart in County Kerry and the Stole Mart in County Kerry. So
okay. And is there a reason for that?
There is a reason for it. Here in the west of Ireland we find that the dairy herds, all the calves are brought out of dairy herds. We find that the dairy cow in the west of Ireland has gone very Holstein. Okay. In that certain particular part of the south, around Kerry there's a vein of land, they're using British Friesian still a lot. I suppose it's because the ground isn't as good in that particular area, and that means they need a herdier cow. So when they're using the British Friesian, that means you get the good calf off them.
Okay, so that brings me on to my next question. What breed do you go after?
Main breeds. The main one is the Hereford. Is the old saying, the whitehead.
Okay.
We also buy Belgian blue calves. We also buy limousine calves, black limousines, red limousines, and then we'd buy a handful of Friesian bulls. We'd try and buy good Friesian bulls if we can get them. We wouldn't buy too many of them, but we would buy good ones if we could get them. They would be finished for a bull beef system.
Okay.
The Friesian bulls under the age of 16 months.
Okay. And I suppose, like, what sort of prices are you looking at when you're buying your calves in? I know every farmer looks to buy the calf as cheap as possible, but is price a factor in your buying?
Price is a factor with the bull calves.
Okay.
With the heifer calves, it's not a factor. I'd have no problem giving 50 to 100 euro extra for a good heifer calf. Reason being, when I inseminate them and when they're sold in calf, you're getting anything from 15 to 1700 euros to them at 23 months of age. As for if you were feeding the heifer calf for fattening, you'd only get her maybe to die into going with current beef prices, you might only get her to die into 1100 euros, roughly. So I'm getting that extra 400 to 500 because they're...
So it's worth paying the extra at the start?
It is. Now, the reason I said with the bull calves you have to be very careful is there's only so much you can give for a bull calf, because at the end of the day there's only one place a bull calf is going, and that's to the factory.
So Gerard, what way do you rear the calves here?
Well, the way we rear the calves here is, as I was saying, they come in at 3 weeks of age.
Okay.
Right? The calf comes in at 3 weeks of age. No calf has access to water here for 3 days from the day the calf comes in. Reason being, to make sure that they're sucking the teat feeders correctly and they're drinking the adequate amount of milk. They're fed on a 22% protein milk replacer called Provini.
Okay.
They're fed on that until 12 weeks of age. Then, at 12 weeks of age, for the last 2 weeks, which bring them to 14 weeks, they're fed only once a day. They're fed twice a day from when they come in, and at week 12, they're fed once a day to wean them off. They're fed meal ad lib from the minute they come in. It's in front of them all the time. It's an 18% protein ration. It's fed up with flake maize and soya bean and beet pulp. It's 18%. The reason we use it is you need high protein to get the calves going. Protein makes them grow. We use a pedigree 3 mix, it's called. We buy it off Kieran Millen. Find it very good, and that's basically it. Then at 14 weeks of age, they're gone to grass, and no more milk, just ration, the 18% ration. They stay on that until the month of September. They're taken off it in the month of September, pull back onto a 16% purebred grower mix ration, it's called. So we're going from an 18% ration back to a 16% because they've got what they needed in enough protein. They're left on that then until the following February, say, when they'd be a year old, 5 months of age. Then they're let out to grass in the month of February here on our farm, and go to grass, and then they're inseminated and impregnated in the month of May, June. And no feed from then on.
Okay. So George, these are your sheep that are ready for lambing here. What's your system here?
System is, we try and run a low-cost system here, right?
Okay.
So as you can see, there's ewes there. Them particular ewes are to lamb in the next 5 to 7 days.
Okay.
There's individual pins out the back where they're moved out to when they lamb, to rear their lambs up to 2 days of age, and then they go to grass. But when I mean low cost, what I've done here is there's actually a slatted tank underneath all them ewes.
Okay.
So I bed the slats. I take out the top 6x2 timber.
Okay.
Out. I just put wrought iron there. Stops the sheep coming through. The ewes are able to eat the hay through the barrier because of the 6x2 removed, and it means that I didn't have to go building another sheep shed, which would cost an extra 25,000 euros. Sheep lambed. When the sheep lambed, I go in, I clean off the slats, power wash it, and your shed is back to square.
Very good. So again, I suppose onto the breed of the sheep. What's your preferred breed of sheep when you're buying in?
Preferred breed of sheep are Suffolk cross. As you can see, mostly they're all black-faced sheep. Suffolk is a black-faced ewe, but I like to get them crossbred, so they'll be crossed with a bit of white through them. I find them very good. Main rams we use are Texel rams, so we're crossing them with Texel rams onto the Suffolk ewe. Okay.
And I suppose after the ewes have lambed, how long do you keep them in the shed before you let them out to the grass?
2 days.
2 days.
At a day old, they get the tails. The tails are the rings go on for docking the tails.
Okay.
And then the next day, then they go to the field, weather permitting.
Okay.
Reason being, I don't let them out for 2 days is Mr. Fox. I'm afraid of the fox.
So here we have ewes that have just after lambing. George, you want to explain to us what's the next process?
As you can see here, this particular ewe lambed yesterday, so these lambs are a day old. This particular lamb, say this morning, he would have put the ring on his tail. You can see there's a little orange ring, and that means the tail will be docked at 2 weeks of age. It'll fall off automatically in the field because of that. So they're a day old. I have the marks, that ewe is number 11. I put a number 11 each on the lambs so that I know in the field if there's a problem, if there's a lamb missing, I know directly which lamb it is.
Okay.
And tomorrow they will go to grass, so they will.
So I suppose, George, the future of Irish farming, there's many challenges involved. Where do you see the future of your farm going?
Future of my farm here, we rear 70 calves every spring. My plan is to go to 100 calves over the next 2 years. I think the key to success is knowing your own wits, and if you can manage that, you'll succeed. Next year I might go up to 85 calves, the year after I'll go to 100 calves. That's where I'll go, and I'll cut off of that. So I'll be rearing 100 calves every year, so that means there'll be 200 cattle, livestock on the farm every year. You'll have your 100 yearlings and you'll have your 100 calves, and I'll stick with 100 ewes also. As for agriculture, I suppose it's challenging. There's not as many young people going into it as there was one time. Things have changed so much, like you have to go to agricultural college to get your FETAC level 6 qualification to qualify you for a farmer so that you'll be eligible to get grants, whatever's going. But I think the outlook for agriculture is good. At the end of the day, people have to eat. And while people have to eat, someone has to produce it. And it's like every job, you'll have your ups and your downs and you'll have your good years and your bad years. But I believe if you stick with it, there will be a reward at the end of it.
Very good, George. Well, thank you for your time. We wish you all the best for the future, and please log on to thatsfarming.com and you'll see all the updates on Irish farming.
I will, of course. Thank you, Shane.